Could it be time for an upgrade? Hi, I'm Matthew Fortner. I'm a photographer in Charleston, South Carolina. FujiRumors.com, one of my favorite websites, I'll leave a link down below, recently posted that Fujifilm plans to release an updated weather-sealed version of its 10 to 24mm zoom. Now that's about a 15 to 35mm in the full-frame world. This is a very popular lens, and while I welcome the weather sealing, I'm actually hoping they improve something else on this lens. I bought mine used several years ago, and I've taken many of my top images with it. It has optical image stabilization, which is handy for video. But one of my favorite things about this lens is that it has an internal zoom mechanism. So when you zoom it, it doesn't extend, elongate, or protrude forward. And while it might not be diminutive, it's fairly compact. At $1,000, you can't call it a cheap lens, but compared to its more opulent 8-16 f2.8 sibling, well, it's a bargain. The 8-16 is more than double at about $2,000. Now you do get that wider field of view, but the difference in the image quality isn't as great as you might expect. You should watch Michael the Maven's video on his comparison between the two. I'll link to that video down below. It also lacks the optical image stabilization that the 10-24 has. Don't get me wrong, the 8-16 is a great lens depending on the use case. It's just not for everybody. Luckily, Fujifilm gives us some choices. This 10-24 zoom is very popular, and while I welcome the weather sealing, there's actually an improvement I would like to see maybe even prioritized more than that, and it's this aperture ring. It's one of those rings that spins infinitely in either direction. It's not marked, and I find that it gets bumped out of position too easily and too often. Give us the aperture ring this lens deserves. The past few years, Fujifilm has really pushed hard to improve its video. And I do wonder if perhaps they found a way to improve the focus and the stabilization for video users. What about you? Are there any improvements you would like to see? I don't know if we'll be tempted by a Mark II or not. We'll just have to wait and see. But until then, that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.